Hi friends, welcome to Dergy be Playin. AI the Summoning Files Nirvana Initiative. Wow. If y'all are wondering, I did play AI1 if you're only showing up for this playthrough for some reason. And I do have an AI1 playthrough up if you want to see that. I also played Zero Escape, so I know what Uchikoshi cooks up, and I'm terrified and excited and ready to be angry at plot things, but also be generally okay with everything because it's good anyway. That's basically my attitude with Uchikoshi games now. They're just fun, and like, even though he kind of makes you want to think about it too much, if you think about it too much, it's just not a good time. So I'm gonna try not to think about it too much, but I'm going to anyway, and you know, it's still gonna be a good fun time, generally. The way he writes his games, he expects you to be like, wait, what the fuck? And like, have wrong ideas about things, but oftentimes, in order to do that, he uses really dumb, contrived, stupid, plot hole-inducing bullshit. But goddamn, I love these games anyway. And it's gotta be hard to not do that while writing a mystery anything anyway. So, fair. Either way, I'm really hype, and a lot of the reason why is because, I mean, first of all, this fucking theme. Okay, I thought the first theme was haunting and beautiful. Somehow they made a more haunting and more beautiful theme than the first one to me. This is already hitting even harder. Somehow? Like, they literally somehow were able to level it up way beyond the original title song. And if that's how this whole game is, that's a good sign. Speaking of which, how this whole game is, NPC, hello, by the way, I know you're watching this because you're awesome. You mentioned in your comment on my last AI1 video that you noticed that I seemed to be really done with somniums in the first game. Yeah, I was. I really hated them at that point to a degree. I really kind of did pretty much when I started saying, fuck it, I'm gonna look up everything. Which you might remember was pretty early in that Let's Play. So, when you said that they really did fix a lot of that shit with the somniums in this game, at least that's what you said. Thank fucking Christ. I'm very relieved about that. Yeah, so I'm seeing this weird split in the middle, and I think that we're getting two protagonists this time, which is interesting, and it makes me a little scared because it reminds me of how ZTD tried to mix two perspectives. Now, granted, I'm just guessing, but I have a pretty good feeling about that. I know Mizuki is a protag, but and fucking god, I'm so hyped. If you know me, you know that I really just need more Mizuki. There's a dude that was on the Steam page and the launcher for this game that is represented alongside Mizuki here, and if it's kind of taking a leaf out of how AI was represented in those pieces of art the first game, only Date was in those, so I think that we've got two protags here. I guess we're going to be switching perspectives like ZTD, but please not so many. God, that game, fucking issues are pretty rampant in that game, but I love it, and I love some of the endings some of the characters got. Seems to be a dude who I'm guessing is another sinker, so I'm glad we're finally actually seeing a different sinker. Because apparently there were other sinkers other than Date as far as I understand, but I don't think we never heard of any of them in the first game, so I thought that to be really odd. So at least we're getting two sinkers here, not one. Are they both different people that are working for Boss? One being Mizuki, one being the dude? And they'll be handling different cases, maybe? I'm really wondering about all that. The other thing I'm expecting from this game is for it to turn pretty much everything that I thought I knew about how the world of this game works on its head, because ZTD. But I'm just speculating. I feel like Uchikoshi really likes trying to play really hard with his fans' expectations, so I'm gonna try to have zero. Like, it generally just helps me a lot when I just don't go into these games with expectations. I made a pretty big mistake of doing that in going into VLR, but by ZTD I'd kind of learned my lesson there. But yeah, like, VLR kind of turned things on its head as far as like what was established in 999, and then ZTD did it again, basically. So yeah, I'm just expecting that's just Uchikoshi's MO, like, each game has mysteries of its own to solve, and then each sequel will always be like, but wait, the truth is actually way different than what I basically said last game, because haha. That's the other thing I'm expecting of this game. Otherwise, I don't know ass about this game. So be excited for the blindness, I guess. I'm excited for how blind I am about this, other than Mizuki. Like, all I know about this game is Mizuki and this title screen right now, and that's a really good start. Like, Mizuki's a major-ass character, like, way more than before, as far as I can tell. And this fucking title screen and title music, like, fucking fuck. Game's doing good so far to me. Also, again, another thing I know this is the Somniums are better, so I'm hoping to not feel like I ever have to look up a guide for these, but still be challenged. I really am hoping that. But a lot of that's my impatience, which I think is a particular issue for me. Like, compared to probably most gamers, actually. Before we begin though, I did promise in my last AI1 video that I'd have more thoughts about AI1 at this point. Because I had things I was gonna say, but then, you know, I have Civ Brain, so I don't know why I thought I'd remember any of it. By the way, spoilers for AI1, I guess, but like, y'all should not be watching this if you haven't played AI1. The game will likely spoil the last game. Very off the top. Actually, I don't know. You want the context regardless, so just don't do it. Anyway, right, so we know that the culprit of the first murders was Saito Tsujima, and that he swapped bodies with all of the corpses basically in order to get to his main objective, which was getting his body back. And the reason that he was so vitriolic about that, this is one of the things I didn't really get at the time. Thankfully, editing always helps me with that stuff, is that because he is immune to the sedatives of that machine that he initially used to switch bodies between him and 89, once he was in Saito's body, was able to run for it instead of being sedated. And so, yeah, he ran away with his body after Saito, I guess, really just tried to confirm what he was told, I think. In regards to the whole body swapping thing. 89 at that time was not in 89's body. He was in Rohan's body. I forget how they got a hold of Yagyu's body. Fuck, man. Oh, that's right. Yagyu fucking walked away. Right. So that would be Rohan. Literally a cop let him out. And if that didn't happen, the extent of these things probably wouldn't have happened. And so he immediately fucked off to go kill Itomi. And then 89 as Rohan tried to stop him, and then the shooty bang. And then he goes and asks Saito about everything to sort of try to get the truth. Then he body swaps. The exact details of how everything went down in the beginning are kind of murky in my brain, but I don't really think it's all that important. All we know is that if you put the body swapping aside, because that confuses me so much that I'm just gonna do that, Saito committed the murders. 89 is who Date really is. And he was in Saito's body for most of the game because he was able to run away because Saito was immune to the drugs from the machine. And it's one thing that, thank you NPC, you pointed out for me. The reason Boss was under So's thumb so much is that Boss and So had a deal, and when Saito switched with his dad, he used probably what he remembered or his dad remembered, because you retain some memories from the previous body about the whole Boss deal in order to use her. And so basically everything he did was a combination of remembering things from the people, using that for the crimes, trying to get all the way back to Saito to get his body back. And also, like, you could just write it off as he's just nuts, but a lot of Saito's actions are very strange if you just think about, like, the only thing we really know about him and what shaped his intentions and everything is that he can't secrete oxytocin, and, like, there's the killing thing, and so, like, killing is the only way he gets pleasure. Okay, so, but killing is the only way he gets pleasure doesn't explain why he even thought it was a good idea to swap bodies so that he could get away with different types of crimes, different types of kills. Yeah, that probably would make the most sense. Just, again, because everything bores him except for murder, he probably just wants to mix it up every time. Maybe that's really all it is. And then, you know, that also explains his utterly nuts actions in regards to simply just trying to get his body back, because of course it involved murder afterwards, because then he could finally get his rocks off. But yeah, I think he didn't realize that in other brains he wouldn't have the same feeling when killing things at first. No, well, maybe he did kind of realize that. Like, I guess he just wanted to swap just to see what would happen? Like, I don't really... The more I think about it, the more that the swapping just really makes it. At the end of the day, I think that Saito's pure nutsness was just the most contrived of all of Uchikoshi's tools of obscuring the truth the whole game. So, I'm just not gonna think too hard about Saito's actions beyond murder, because they don't make a lot of sense, but Uchikoshi had to make the mystery happen somehow, so I guess that's basically the big crux of how he made everything happen the way it did, is just Saito is ultra nutso. But anyway, we do understand finally the thing about Boss, and like why she seemed to be so under So's thumb. It wasn't just that he had pull in the police force. He had pull over her because he knew about the whole thing. He could leak it, probably. He could confess if he really felt like Boss was stepping on his toes. He could confess that you know, his son did that, blah blah blah, and that Boss was involved in bloody bloobly. So like and that Date was so like I'm guessing that's a lot of why Boss felt she needed to do the things she did. But no, I think actually wait, no, the more I think about it, I feel like Saito might have been in her body every single time, or at least most times, that Boss did something just because So said so, basically. I think a lot of it really was just so that she could do the Saito things she was doing. We also now know that Pewter was the one that actually gave the command to go kidnap us. Probably just in order to placate his boyfriend, who wasn't even his boyfriend anymore. He seems to just do anything Renju says, or would have said before. And by the way, Pewter's story is really tragic, because his boyfriend is dead, and he did a lot of horrible things in the name of who he thought was his boyfriend, but actually no, it was for a psycho killer that was in his now-dead boyfriend's brain instead. Now he's in jail for it. That's really tragic. For life, as far as I understand. Actually, wait, he said sentence, not life sentence. I hope Pewter gets out. I hope we see Pewter thriving again with a new not-dead boyfriend in this game. I would be very happy about that. We'll see. It's been 6 years, but the things he did, we'll see. Might have been 6 or more years, might have not been. We'll see about all that. Saito's motivations are, like, really the big crux of the whole plot, which I don't like because they're really just nonsensical. He really is just a nut job. Because the thing is, I get the whole oxytocin thing, I do. But, like, if you can't feel anything unless you're killing something, then I certainly understand the killing part. But then, what about everything else he did? Like, why did he even initially swap bodies with Rohan instead of just killing him? Because isn't killing what gets him off anyway? Or Rohan, you know. 89 in Rohan's body. We know that Boss basically started this entire thing. I only just realized that. That's oof to think about. But if Boss hadn't had that scheme... But that was the only way she could think of to get him out of it, so... Whew, poor Boss, dude. For a lot of reasons, especially the fact that I think she literally loves Yagyu, and obviously Yagyu loves Hitomi, so rip. Poor Boss. She deserves the dick that she wants. I hope she finds a different dick to want that will actually want her back. I also hope the Boss is in this game, because I have no fucking clue. Why would she just not be in this game? Also, it seems like Aiba is associated with Mizuki in this game just because, like, she was holding her up in, like, the splash art on Steam. And then there was also a picture of another Aiba-like lady that I am going to love. I just, like, can tell, like, even more than Aiba herself, which is saying something. And if you know my type whatsoever, you know exactly why. And she seems to be associated with the other dude. So I'm guessing, especially because of this split title screen, and one of them is, like, one of the sides is Mizuki's color. That's the other thing. I forgot to mention that before. The other side, that red seems to be associated with this other dude? Whoever the fuck he is? That's what I'm guessing. We also know that Date was a reality, 89, Date was a made-up, basically identity and everything, for who really was, ultimately, 89's brain in Saito Sajima's body. And the reason that he didn't go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and could actually fucking be a human with relationships and emotions was that he was constantly getting oxytocin supplements from Aiba. I'm not quite sure how exactly that she was able to just to secrete drugs into his bloodstream, but, you know, that stuff aside, yeah, so I'm really wondering where the hell this game is gonna go, because Uchikoshi really loves to mindfuck you more every new installment of a series, and, like, where the hell are the mindfucks gonna come from now? Because it's gonna be a kind of weird, unexpected place, I guess. Maybe. Or maybe it's literally gonna go into parallel worlds again. Just to do that. Because it's been bringing that up, and that's been marginally talked about, so I think, you know, mostly because we know how Uchikoshi loves that whole parallel worlds idea, because zero escape is zero escape. I'm thinking that, you know, like, for example, the fact that Date definitely remembers some things in other timelines that he shouldn't remember because it happened in a different timeline, including the true timeline. In the true timeline, there's a lot of moments, like when he's talking to Mizuki and she's mad at him, and he's like, well, when I was in the hospital, you were all like, oh, guilty, and she was, and it was cute as hell. But apparently that did not happen in that timeline. It happened in a different one. So, like, that's sus. So I'm thinking it's literally gonna pull another Zero Escape, but in a different way. I also think that Wadjet is gonna be involved somehow, the Wadjet system, in some sort of big mystery weird thing. I feel like Wadjet's gonna do some interesting behind-the-scenes stuff that's going to maybe relate to this mystery. I feel like Wadjet is an unexplored part of this setting that's very interesting. And obviously super intelligent as fuck AI, even more than Aiba, who was able to just, like, even though, like, they seem to have no involvement in really anything relating to Aiba, it's like its own worldwide system, Wadjet, and it was able to back up her data when she got deleted. So I feel like it's gonna do other things. It can obviously do a lot, but what exactly is it? Is it really a worldwide network? That is what I think from, like, that bit that apparently all her data was being uploaded to all these different points all over the world, and then it was recompiled into her again by Wadjet. When, like, we have not interacted with Wadjet in any way so goddamn ever. I thought Wadjet was just some AI code on some server somewhere that Aiba was derived from, but it seems like it's more than that. It seems like it's some sort of online thing that does exist, so I think it's gonna have something to do with this game. Something bigger, maybe? And I'm also thinking Parallel Worlds will go into it. That's all my predictions right now. And, yeah, because I don't remember any of the stuff that I remembered while I was editing right now, I'll just, start the game right now, and if things do come up from the first game very much, I will certainly talk about them. They're probably going to come up here and there, but if this is anything like how VLR and ZDD worked as sequels, it's going to conveniently gloss over a lot of things, at least for a while in the beginning of the game. We'll see about all that, but either way, friends, let's just fucking play this game. I'm very hype. I need to be Mizuki. I also need to figure out who the hell this other dude seems to be. Also, I really need to meet that other really hot Aiba-like chick that is, like, absolutely my type. I can tell by looking at her. Hoype Durgan, let's go. I just need this game in my freaking brain right now. I need it to fuck my brain up, because it will do that, because Uchikoshi just does that. Yeah, I cannot read any of those other languages, so definitely English. Yes, definitely start game with this text language, because I wouldn't understand it anyway. By the way, it did another one of those things that Uchikochi loves to do, which is like lots of words that have to vaguely do with the themes of the game just floating around there. I think I saw the word voltaic there. Let me look that word up. Voltaic definition. Relating to electricity produced by chemical action in a battery galvanic. So probably have something to do with stuff relating to, you know what, I bet that might have to do with Wadjet, or it might just have to do with Aiba, whoever this other chick is. Also, is Aiba in Mizuki's eye now? And wait, does she have a fake eye now? Okay, I'm not gonna speculate until I'm getting anything about this plot other than Mizuki exists in it. That's essentially all I really know. Mizuki and Aiba still exist in it. That's all I know about this. And also, Mizuki definitely looks older here. That's the other thing I know. I'm a little bit feeling like I'm setting myself up for a whole host of problems here if I do this, but if you look at these difficulties, they're called story, easy, and standard, instead of like easy, medium, and hard. So I'm like, okay, I played a bunch of Uchikoshi games, would this be too easy for me? I'm gonna go full deck and choose what seems to be the equivalent of hard mode here. It can be changed later, so I do like the option to go down to easy or maybe even story if I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. Because was there even difficulties in AI1? Because if there wasn't, I'm probably fine. We'll see. I'm sticking to standard for now. Alright, let's go. Standard and standard. Investigation part. Wait, hold on. Is there time? Okay, no. Let's see. Time limit. Wait, there's time limits in the investigations? Excuse. Oh, QTEs. Okay, I needed to read. Okay, so of course there's still QTEs. Okay. And I'm sure they're also ridiculous. God. I'm so excited for Mizuki-centric QTEs. You have no fucking idea how much I'm very excited for QTEs that just involve Mizuki beating some fuckers up normally-ish. It's Uchikoshi. Ish is probably the key word there. And not fucking porno mags being thrown everywhere. Probably a bunch of humor about porno mags being destroyed from both her and Aiba. Man, her and Aiba are gonna be such a crack team about shitting on Date every half second. I'm guessing that Aiba's like in or with Mizuki somehow. I don't even fucking know that. I'm just gonna fucking start the game before I keep speculating out my butthole. Because, like, I should have realized that I need to not do that as much in this series, because I just keep shooting myself in the foot when, like, the longer that I go, the more I get off track. Oftentimes, when I start going off of one little tiny nugget of information to try to figure out a bunch of shit, and I'm sure the games are designed for that to be exactly what happens if you do that, because you're supposed to not know everything until the end. And maybe I should just enjoy that, but I love speculating, so I will. But either way, let's go, friends. Standard and standard. Again, I like that you can change that at any point, so I reserve the right to do so, but I would love to feel like I can stick on standard and that I never need guides. But it's gonna depend a lot on my patience, and also just how much my brain wants to function that day. I'm so hype! I need to know anything about this game. So much. And how the hell they're even going to continue the story from here. Yes, I'm aware this game is fiction. I know that that's legal, but it's such a funny goddamn thing to think about, that they feel like they have to tell people that. A Strange Tale, Converge Chapter 0. Oh hey! These chapter names are, like, Japanese names in English characters. So I actually might understand what the hell I'm looking at without looking the words up, which I forgot to look up most of those words, but I kind of want to. A game show? With Boss and... Who the fuck is this guy?
Where am I?
Oh, that's the other protag, yeah. Wait, it seems like one of his eyes is red and one's brown. The red one's the chick. So, okay, wait, is Mizuki wait, hold on, no. I do think Aiba's in her eye for some fucking reason. What happened to her eye? Because I remember that eye looking yellow on the frickin'... I just fucking realized that, brain please. But I guess that other AI is in his eye. But I guess this is the other sinker that I did figure was in this game from just those splash screens. Yeah, I would also like to know where you are. Is this a dream? It would make sense if it was a dream. Especially because those are the dream people that have appeared in other dreams. Also, I feel like I need to thank this game for starting off with Boss. Thank you, Uchikoshi. You know what your fan base likes, apparently? Because I guess I must not be the only one that loves Boss a lot. Because, like, why else would he bring her in immediately?
Alright, let's keep going. Next question. In Indian mythology, what is the name of the half-god, half-beast spirits that imbibe sense and are known for their musical ability?
I thought I wouldn't know what was going on at first when I started this game, but, what is this beginning? I'm very confused. I'm more confused than I thought I'd be. Would you like to view the tutorial? Yes. Does the tutorial explain where we are and what we're doing? Are we actually doing a game show right now? And who the fuck are we? I'd like to know any of these things. But I'll be honest, I kind of don't want to press this button right now because there's something right to the right and down of this tutorial window box that I'm very focused on right now. In fact, wait, no, hold on, no. I need to move myself. I'm so sorry, y'all. I was in the way of the boobs. This is a horrible mistake. I'm literally moving myself over here until Boss's boobs aren't there anymore. You're welcome. Anyway, inspecting people and objects will progress the story. Listen, I understand how we nerds get horny. I want to cater to your needs. You are free to factor these videos if you want to. Anyway, you freely move the cursor and camera. And I wouldn't blame you because Boss exists, you know. And I need her to be a very centric character in this game. She was pretty centric in AI 1, so I'm hoping. I'm so excited. So if she's still our boss, no matter who we are in this game, I'm very fucking happy about that. Because that means we're going to be seeing her a lot, and fuck yeah. And I hope she gets a boyfriend in this game. Because she deserves to actually be happy. First look around, and you know what? I remember... Ah, man, that feels oof. I just remembered that her bio said she hates happy families, and I just realized it must be because she loves 89 and realizes she can't have him. That's Sophie. Anyway. First look around and set cursor on objects that interest you. Cool. Wait, hold on. I have a PlayStation controller connected. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and play the game with the controller for now, because it's probably more made for that than a keyboard and mouse. That might actually fix some issues I had with it. This sprite is different than Iba's, so yeah, the hair is the same. It is the other, very hot AI chick. So, what the fuck is going on? When viewing a person, options and look will be displayed.
In Indian mythology, what is the name of the half-god,
Oh, wait, what did I just do?
that imbibe sense and are known for their musical ability?
I'm just, like, trying to skip pages. Options and look will be displayed. Choose the top options, you can taunt them. Cool, okay.
If you know the answer, spit it out.
Where am I?
You're
Okay,
joking,
yeah, I
right?
did
What are you
accidentally.
talking about?
So yeah, I guess I'm, you know, in a game show filming. Or am I... It's just, this must be a dream, because, like, dream people. Like, I am a character I don't even know about. I know Mizuki's here. I know every other character I've seen so far except this other AI chick. Oh, whatever. And also, yeah, it says side Ryuki. There's also a side Mizuki, isn't there? So that, yeah, I think I see what's going on here, because the AI is red here. It's gonna be blue on her side, and I love blue. And I also love Mizuki, so I'm hoype as fuck for that. What am I doing
Just
here?
press the button already. You see that button on the table, right? Push it, and you get to answer the question.
This is real interesting. Is this a dream? Or is this... Or did he just, like, wake up all of a sudden for some reason? I have this feeling that we're not even gonna know that for sure for a lot of this game. That's a very Uchikoshi thing to do. Oh god, it's gonna take a while for me to get used to using a controller for this, but I feel like I should. I feel like this game is just gonna be more made for this. But what's funny is I had this plugged in not for this game. I was gonna use mouse and keyboard for it, but for Persona 3 Reload, which, like, I could not fathom playing Persona without a controller, so. But what's funny is, it's always been pretty much the opposite for me for point-and-click type games like that, so, like these games, so that's kind of why I ended up playing with mouse and keyboard for this game. But now I remember, I think I did use controller for at least a good chunk of, at least 999. I don't remember if I've done controller for ZTD or VLR right now, but anyway.
And that's the answer button for the quiz.
Hello. Yeah, I do like her already. Her voice is very... Her voice is a lot more, like, brash than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be, like, a seductive voice. It's kind of brash. And fucking, that's already a trillion points for me. Oh my god. Now, seductive would have also been that, but this is even more that.
Why don't you press it?
Oh, no, okay, no. The more I listen to it, no, it's got that seductive edge that I imagine she'd have a voice like this, kind of, from her, just from looking at her model, but it's like a mix. Oh my god. I already love this woman, guaranteed.
You mean this button?
Yeah.
He
You
looks
better
very
hurry,
tired.
or the other teams are gonna answer before you.
Oh god, I'm gonna love the fuck out of this woman. I'm gonna sim for her more than Boss. Okay, maybe I shouldn't come to conclusions that drastic yet. Not even close. But that's real drastic for me. Also, I keep looking to the right for no reason or anything, you know. There's definitely nothing over there I'm extremely interested in. No, definitely not. Brain, focus. You can stare at the cleavage later, because she's gonna be in the game later. Okay. I'm sure lots of people have had that exact same problem playing this game. Because it's just right there in this entire beginning sequence, whatever the fuck this is. And I apologize for talking over dialogue. It seems like I'll never get over that, and I apologize if I never get over that. But I would like to not talk during dialogue. It's just so hard for me, apparently. Because I just get going, and I just, like, my brain doesn't want to stop. Oh my god, date. So my brain wants to say date because protag of first game. You're probably not supposed to say that, but it's the only thing I know anything about here. Indian mythology, though. The only thing that sounds Indian at all to me is the top one. So I'm gonna go with that.
That is correct. The answer is Gandharva.
Process of elimination, baby. The only way I actually ever did multiple choices correctly in high school, because ADHD is fun. Anyway, I was able to memorize some things for tests, so, but like, man, that was much harder for me than just using process of elimination oftentimes to get right answers. It was actually way easier in tests, for me at least, than I felt like it should be, and also I apologize for accidentally moving the camera around. I'm just gonna have to get used to not bumping the left stick so much and other things about using a controller instead of a keyboard for this, but yeah.
Team Popo gets 10 points for the correct answer.
Good job, Ryuki. Keep it up.
But like, what is this game, what is that face, by the way? It's very Japanesey, I'll give it that. Also, the more I look at how her mouth is shaped, the more I think about stuff. Definitely don't want to continue staring at this for a while and imagine something. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's keep going then, shall we?
Facial expressions are still a little weird,
with
but
the new
it's part of the
serial
charm at this
killers?
point. It's kind of been.
What?
Yeah, that's...
No, not you, Mr. Ryuki.
This is literally a fucking third wall break. What? Then how is he here, and what is this? I'm not gonna think about the implications of why he's talking to the literal fucking player right now in the in-universe sense, because there's no way it ain't true. Actually, it might. It might literally have nothing to do with the in-universe thing. But Uchikoshi probably wants you to think it does. So I'm not gonna think about that, because we're not gonna know shit about shit until the end of the game. So I'm just gonna try to not assume I'm gonna know shit about shit until the end of the game. But I'm gonna fail. And it's gonna be entertaining for both me and you, so I should embrace it.
This question is for that person.
Yeah, that's really creepy. Hi. Why do you know I exist? What the fuck?
Who was that?
Okay, I'm already thinking this means parallel worlds are definitely a thing. Other side of what now? Boss, do you know what the fuck this is? Yeah, what do you know about the new Cyclops serial killings, Boss? So that's a really touchy subject for her. I don't really want to bring that up for her.
Yes.
So I'll do it last.
Yes.
You think so? Seems like a normal quiz to me. The questions in this quiz aren't aimed at you, Ryuki. They're for you. On the other side.
I don't understand what you're saying.
My brain broke there. If you're wondering why I kept selecting Boss that whole time and just continuing to tilt towards the camera, that was just my reaction to confusion. The sheer amount that I'm feeling right now. Like, what? Okay, it's... God, I already want to go to keyboard and mouse, but I'm gonna try to get used to... God, this fucking... Can I just, like... Hold on. Can I fix this sensitivity, because it's a bit much? Please tell me that I can do that. Cool. Thanks. I know how menus in video games work, and if I don't, I'll figure it out. Okay, please tell me. Thank God. Cursor speed, please, like, fucking 3 and not 7 or something. That is definitely better. Actually, wait, no, is that still... No, it's... Okay, hold on. It must be another setting. Hold on. Talking about it might solve things. Wait, what? What? Stop display. Talking about it might solve things? Wait. What? What does that even mean? First person camera speed. That must be what I'm actually wanting. 3. And I'll put this back up to like 5 or something for now. So like, this is probably what I want to be slower. Oh god, yes. And I really want it to be slower than that. God, Jesus, hold on. I want it to be fucking 1, I think. I feel like that's noticeable, but that's still so fast. That is way less fast, though. I think it's less fast. Anyway, monitor, what the fuck is this? And who is me, I guess, in the context of this universe? Because I feel like Uchikoshi would do this, but Uchikoshi is not gonna just establish something like a U on the other side and not have it be part of plot. But how is the player part of plot? But again, it feels like a pretty Uchikoshi thing to do. Because it's mindfucky to bring the player into the plot. But I'm really curious as to where the hell that's going, or even coming from, or anything. I ask about that.
Hurry now, your answer, please.
This show.
This is the Face-to-Face Special, a 6-hour quiz show live stream marathon. Have you forgotten?
Yes, but why though? Can you have the question again?
The question is whether or not you're familiar with the new Cyclops serial killings. Easy, right?
I guess, do I talk to Boss about it? Okay. Or a monitor. Oh, I have to press the button to answer that. Okay, yeah. Oh, hey. Alright, is our hand gonna do things pretty often?
You must be ready
I don't think
to
that was a
answer.
thing in the first-person camera in the first game. Fancy. You can tell this was on the same, like, engine and everything, graphically and everything, in the first, because graphically, it doesn't really look like much of an upgrade, if anything, right now. But I don't really feel like it needs to be. The first game already looked gorgeous. Team Popo. Why is it called that? Oh, police. Popo has definitely been a thing people in real life have used to refer to police, so that must be why we're called that. Funny.
But before you do, I want you to take this question very
And I wonder what the other
seriously.
teams are.
The new Cyclops serial killings. The incident in which many victims got their eye gouged out and murdered.
Yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Are you or are
Yes.
you not familiar with it?
Whoa.
This will determine if we can dig into the details of that incident in the coming 6 days.
I dug into the details, but of course there's more, right?
In other words, we're asking if we can give you spoilers for the first game.
Wow, just going out and saying it, huh? I mean, they already broke the fourth wall, might as well just, like, completely smash the whole thing. Okay, cool. I'm afraid of this sentence, because I feel like it means it's one of those games where they made it more friendly for first-time players, when it's the type of game that you just don't do that with, because it would just be better quality if it just didn't do that. Because that means it's gonna retcon some shit, probably, or I'm just assuming because of other games that have done things like that. Mass Effect 3! But it's probably not gonna be as bad as Mass Effect 3 in that regard, so Mass Effect 3 isn't a bad game in general, but its endings are. I think most people know this, but anyway.
The Cyclops serial killings and what you're about to experience, they have nothing to do with each other. Promise.
Okay. I was kind of afraid of that, like, how were they gonna continue that? How the fuck would it be Saito again? And if it wasn't Saito again, then, like, why would another person be doing it, and what kind of ridiculous motivation would they have? So, I'm glad they're not just doing that again, but then what the hell's gonna happen?
So
Is
please,
it even
just
murders?
tell me honestly. Are you familiar with the new Cyclops serial killing?
You, as in brackets, as in the fucking, my god. Oh, I guess I have to talk to him now. Yes.
Are you sure? Don't be lying now. Let's give you a simple test just to make sure.
Oh boy, I hope I remember the things needed here. If I don't think I
The
do,
one
I
who
will look them
resolved
up.
the new Cyclops serial killings was Kaname Date of Abyss. On the final day of that investigation, someone was shot in the leg by the culprit. Who was that someone?
It was Mizuki. How the fuck could I forget that? The poor girl.
No need to give me their last name. First name only, please.
I hope I have this correct. If it tells me I got anything wrong, I'm just restarting. And then looking up the answer. Yeah, okay.
Oh, not bad. You're correct.
Like, if I somehow got that wrong, I would feel like I have failed the cast of the first game.
But you could have just gotten lucky. How about we go for one more round? Who is the true culprit of the new Cyclops serial killing? Answer with just the first name again, please. Let's have it.
Thankfully. good, because Saito is a much shorter name than Tsujima.
Wonderful! That's another right answer. Sorry for doubting you. You really do know about the new Cyclops killings.
Who are the other two teams?
Did you
Are they
hear that
supposed to be
sound?
anything, like, relevant to whatever the hell this plot is? Is this even relevant to the plot at all? Or is it just completely disconnected? Because this literally just, like, gives a flag to the game whether it can talk whatsoever about the first game at all. And I have this feeling that it's not going to be a whole lot anyway. We'll see.
That means the next question will be the last. Are you ready? A precognitive dream is a dream that lets you see the future. But these precognitive dreams,
Are they really,
What the fuck?
truly
Oh god, this is trippy and spooky.
real?
Probably not. Well, they weren't in the original. We thought we were precognitioning Iris's death. We weren't, but what the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? Who even is Ryuki, and what's going on to him? And, like, is this even relevant to the game at all? Is this even... Is it, or is it just...
It can't be.
Oh god, are people literally just falling in... Are people gonna be sliced in half in this game? Oh god.
What's wrong?
That would... Oh gee, that would definitely make sense with the title screen. Please don't tell me this is gonna happen to Boss. Please. No. If Boss dies in this game, I will go kill Uchikoshi in real life and sacrifice my life behind bars. No, I won't. But god damn it. Please let this just be a horrible nightmare, because he's seen someone chopped in half and not Boss, and that it won't ever happen to Boss. At least not in the true ending. Oh my god, there she is! Side Mizuki time? I have a feeling that with that ending, this is plot, meaning that scene was plot, and not just a, hey, have you played the first game? And literally just disconnected from everything for that reason. But we'll see.
Be careful, Mizuki. I've detected
Yeah, there she
biological
is.
response.
Yeah, there she is. She looks a little different, especially like the pupil in the center there.
3 o'clock. Distance of 315 feet. In the middle row of seats.
Where is Date in this, and why? What happened to Mizuki's other eye? And how old is she? How many years has it been? She looks like at least an older teen now. She could be like 20 or something, but she looks more like an older teen. She definitely looked 12 before. Who is this person, and why are they shooting at her? And is this like training, or is this literally a fight? Oh my god, I'm already horny. Oh god, I hope she's over 18 so I'm allowed to be horny. Oh god, I'm sorry if she's not. During the story, with the power of Aiba, you can gain special visual information. Right now you can use zoom plus night vision motherfucker. And by the way, holy fuck, turn-ass music. I'm expecting that from action scenes. I'm already seeing Mizuki being a badass. God, you have no idea how much I'm vindicated by already getting to this so early. Already getting Mizuki action. She has a gun now, not just a pipe. God, Jesus, she better be over 18. What? I'm sorry if I'm creeping people out by how horny I am for who was previously a 12-year-old and might be still underage, but I promise you, it's nothing to do with that. Her personality is the exact type that I like, and they're normally older than her, I promise, okay? And I'll be honest, I blame games entirely for ever being horny about underage people. I'm not in real life, I promise, but like, have you seen how blatantly they sexualize these characters? Hello, this fucking guitar riff! I fucking love that. Okay, I thought the first game's soundtrack was fire. This is a very good sign for the soundtrack of this game. Holy fucking fuck. Okay. Oh, you can make it bigger in case I can't really read that or something. I like that, but I have been able to so far.
What the? Are they really gonna shoot us without warning like that?
It would have been stranger if they announced their intentions first.
Her voice doesn't sound much deeper. It's definitely the same woman. If it wasn't, that wouldn't make any sense. So I'm glad it is. I don't know if her voice really sounds older, but she certainly looks older. I think her voice might sound a little older, and I'll have to listen to it more for that. It's definitely a little intentionally deeper. I'm gonna peg her as late teens. Please be 18 or 19 or 20. Because that's... I just need that to happen or I'm gonna feel like a pedophile for this whole game.
Calm down, Mizuki. You can use my
Fuck
functions.
yes, this guitar riff.
Functions?
Remember your training?
Oh, right.
Yeah, she did get trained as Abyss, but like, what happened to Date? Did something happen to Date, or did he... No, like... He wouldn't be much older than he was, right? Why would he retired? I feel like something happened to Date and her eye, and we don't know anything about that right now. That's my only, like, theory as to why we're seeing Mizuki with Aiba right now. And we haven't seen Date right now.
Aiba, zoom in. Night vision mode.
Roger that.
Where'd they go?
I'm still detecting a living organism. They must be hiding somewhere.
Now I'll use another one of Aiba's functions.
Use the X-ray next.
Understood.
Found you. Who is that?
Identity unknown. Judging from their figure, they appear to be female.
Yes, badass ramen villain, please.
Ah, so she's jealous, huh? I bet that's it.
Ah!
Why else would another girl target me?
That's cute. Oh my god, the confidence. That is... God, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna try really hard not to be horny until I can confirm her age. And then I'll see if I'll either try to keep writing it in or not. And I apologize if I am able not to, because it's probably gonna come off as creepy to some people. That is true. And badass.
That's why other girls don't like me much.
I love her confidence. Oh my... I knew I needed her as pro tag. And I'm loving it already more than I thought I ever would.
I am fairly certain that has more to do with your personality.
What are you talking about? I love her for especially her personality. Although I'm definitely weird, so that makes sense, I guess.
Mizuki, load Evolver with a stun grenade round. You should be able to knock your opponent unconscious by
Yes.
detonating it near them.
Badass bullshit without the horny fucking porn mag shit. Unless Ryuki's gonna do that. I bet my ass Ryuki's gonna have porn mag shit. Because it's fucking Uchikoshi. We'll see.
Got it.
The game hasn't been super horny yet. I'm amazed by that, but the key fucking word there is yet. The absolute
Okay, it's
key
ready.
word.
I will display the aiming medical. Take aim and pull the trigger.
On it.
Man, yeah, this fucking guitar is badass. Oh, I fucking love her gun, by the way. It's really neat looking. Evolver, his gun looks great, but like, ooh, there doesn't seem to be a time that. But I think it's because it's a tutorial one.
What's with this girl?
She's a Valen? What the fuck is... Did she just explode? Or
Where did she go now?
disappear? Huh. That's so interesting.
Detecting the target's footsteps. They seem to be heading toward the stadium exit.
Can't let them get away.
Mizuki,
Oh my
wait.
god. Mizuki
Even
with
you
an
won't
older
be able
voice.
to catch up to them.
Brain? God, this is hard. And by this, I mean something in my... Okay. I'm gonna really try to not do that until I confirm her age.
More
And
importantly,
hope... Oh god, I really hope she's over 18, because otherwise... I'm gonna feel like a real creep, dude. Because, like, this older Mizuki is hitting me in some ways that I'm a little not proud of.
There's something there.
yes.
And also the fucking tie. Listen, women that are sharply dressed as fuck. Okay. God, this is hard. It's really hard not to do that. Fuck. Now I think I understand how you feel about Iris.
Hey, that's...
Now I think I understand how you feel about Iris NPC. But, is that Boss? Oh no.
You recognize him?
Oh, him. Okay. The shoe kind of looked feminine to me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I'll never forget.
Who?
It's...
Who?
The left half of his body.
Oh. Is this also a dream, or... Wait, so, I guess she's found this person, or... I don't think we know him.
His name is Jin Furue.
Yeah, we didn't know
I
him.
remember it clearly. 6 years ago. At Studio Devita. The right half of his body.
Yeah, so, like, now it's fucking people being cut in half. They had to really go beyond their left eye being gouged
Ryuki,
out,
what's wrong?
because
Pull
Uchikoshi
yourself
just
together.
gets more extreme and not less every game. Oh my god, yes, Boss and Mizuki. Oh my god. Oh, is that
Boss.
Okay, what? I am not gonna... Okay, I have to think of the implications of that. Because it seems like he just woke up from being Mizuki. I can't unpack that. That will just make me have a headache right now. Oh god, I knew this game would be a mindfuck, but oh boy. Yeah, definitely new Uchikoshi game. Moving on. If I don't move on, I'm never gonna move on.
Where am I?
Don't tell me you were sleeping. Who falls asleep in the middle of a live stream?
I mean, I do that while I'm watching one, but not while I'm doing one. Okay, the other people were... Okay. Team Yakuza, and then Team... Whatever their teams are going to be called, but it makes a lot of sense that, yeah, it's Team Popo, Team Yakuza or something, and Team Asek, you bet, or something. It makes a lot of sense that Iris and Mizuki would be playing this together, and so would Moma and one of his lackeys. And I guess Boss and one of her new employees. Newer? I don't know how new he is at this point, but at least 6 years new, if not more, if not less. If not, like, newer than that. But the person's head is literally square. It's so weird. What is that side with the fucking everyone's a dream
Mr.
person?
Ryuki, you're working under Boss, right?
Is it literally just nothing? Did that literally basically not happen? But then, like, parallel worlds probably definitely happened in some way in the origins. I can't sit here and think about that for too long. Because it's gonna be too long. Like, I don't have any kind of information to start putting it together, anything right now, so I'm just gonna... and then move on right now.
Boss, have you been giving him vacation time?
She's probably working him to the bone on his off hours, too.
I resent that. That is not true. I just have him scrape the striatum corneum off my heels every once in a while.
Corny. Is she literally stepping in people's eyes? Hold on. I need to look up what that is. Okay. It's the outer layer of your skin, so she does step on people. Now, I'm not one of those people that is into people stepping on them. You might be surprised to hear this about me, considering everything else I've said about women in this game, and my preferences in them, and my horny preferences. But, yeah, I'm not really into being stepped on, but that definitely is a fetish that it seems like a lot of Japanese people are into, and I'm not surprised that she's into the dominant side of that. Nope, definitely not. I just don't like pain, so I can't be a masochist, really. But, like, I'm pretty close to one.
Hey, Ryuki. Are you sure you're alright?
Oh, yeah.
All right, now that Mr. Ryuki is
Really?
away,
Yeah, this is
let's
definitely an
get back to it,
Uchikoshi
shall we?
game, because an obscure scientific term just got used to make a sex joke. It's the most Uchikoshi thing I've ever fucking said in my life. Or heard of. That is such an Uchikoshi concept and thing to do.
Here we go, next question.
Why is this man a Minecraft character?
Which Taoist symbol, shaped like interlocking black and white commas,
What's with the fucking dot thing in his forehead?
represents the origin of all things?
And is it relevant to the plot?
What the?
I'll give you that answer, definitely.
A blackout?
What are you standing around for? Get the lights.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh no. So during this live stream, that happened. That's... But who was that guy? Oh boy. Yeah, that was 6 years ago. They did this 6 years ago. Was Ryuki brand new? Or, wait. If this was 6 years ago, he must be brand new. Either that or this is a fucking alternate universe where Date doesn't exist. But we don't know. We haven't heard shit about Date, so I'm not gonna unpack that unless we still keep not hearing shit about Date. Well, I went from hating this bit to loving this bit, so I'm sorry, Kagami, but, like, I have to.
I have a bad feeling about this, but you really want to know my name?
It's Kagami.
Yeah.
Then I'll tell you, but please don't forget it, okay?
God, I feel really bad. I'm just gonna do it now. It's too funny. God, and he has to say that way.
Got it.
My name is Kagami.
Kagami, huh? Okay, I'll remember that.
Alright, well, I'm probably gonna circle back. No, fuck it. I already went off the deep end in the first. I feel bad, but, like, I already. God, yeah, why do you have to say it that way? But I already went off the deep end. It's too goddamn funny. Fuck. I feel like it would morally be better to not put him through this 2 games in a row. But, like, she still has a mean streak to her, so it makes so much sense for her to also do this, but I've already put him through so much shit. I'm sorry, I have to do it. It's like law, like, if you play this game, you have to go with the bit. It's absolute law.
Here it comes. I knew this would happen.
Because I know it's a bit. That, of course, Uchikoshi put it back in. Like, he probably saw how much. And by the way, I've watched people play AI1. People were all over this shit. Way more than me. Immediately they went for it. I've watched several playthroughs at this point. Not all the way through, but several playthroughs. At least 3 different ones I can think of. No, 2. Oh, there's a 3rd one I want to watch. It's from, channel I really admire. Her name is Wellens. Welonz. Another Let's Player. Because I watch way too many of them. Let's Plays have been my main... Let's Plays specifically have been my main television for... Fuck. God, this makes me feel old, but... Possibly close to or even over a decade at this point. Because I know I started at least when I was in high school, and it might have been middle school. And if it was middle school, it very well may... I very well may have been watching YouTube for over a decade. No way, hold on. Yeah, 14 to 24, yeah, 2014, YouTube was definitely popping off. Yeah, I think I've been watching YouTube for over a decade. God, that makes me feel old. Also, hello, music. Oh yeah. Music's already hitting better. Mizuki's the pro tag. We got Kagami jokes, yeah. I'm loving this game even more than the original already. Even though I definitely have some complaints about AI and I've voiced them, it's still my favorite Uchikoshi game, so this is already a very good sign. This may already be my new favorite Uchikoshi game. But I'm definitely gonna have to play it for longer to really give that verdict or not. If enough things are different about this game, and included that I'm really into, especially in regards to Mizuki, and in regards to Boss, and in regards to more representation for both of them especially, I'm probably gonna really love this game. God, I need Mizuki inspection dialogue so much. In fact, I'm already getting some, and yep, it's great, I thought so. God, Mizuki being a snarky bitch to everyone. I'm gonna fucking love it. I'm gonna die laughing. God, I'm hyped. God, I love this game already. I knew I would. Ever since I knew Mizuki would be one of the pro tags, I didn't think she'd be one of 2, but now I know. Also, like, it looks like he's accepted this pain. Look at how happy he looks. He's got, like, the Japanese closed happy eyes thing going on. This poor man. He has suffered so much with the misnaming from fucking Date, and now his basically daughter in everything but blood. Not even basically, yes, exactly, absolute daughter in everything but blood has done the same thing to him. This poor man. He rubbed off on her too hard, apparently. Thankfully, the horny... I say thankfully. Mitsuki being horny would be my favorite thing. I wish I didn't think that, but I do. No, Boss being horny would be my favorite thing. Because she's really physically much more my type. But, like, as far as the fucking attitude, I just... God. Okay, I need to confirm she's 18 first. Brain. Hold on, can I fucking look at the log right now? Because, like, if she's... Hold on, no, wait, hold on, no, menu. Is there, files is what I would be looking for, right? Do you already have the ability to look at Mizuki's file? Please tell me. Yes, okay. I didn't read a bunch of these. I'm gonna try to actually read all the files I get in this game. Well, I don't know if I really want to promise that, but I'll try my best to. Persons. She's gotta be on there. We're playing as her. We don't have anything yet. A person 16 years ago. Wait a motherfucking... 16? Or no, 66. Excuse me? 6 years ago. It once again is going back to something that happened 6 years ago. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. This is 6 years after the first game. Because it's been more than 6 since the original incident, which... I'm gonna believe Uchikoshi when he says that this cutting people in half shit doesn't have anything to do with the original stuff. So, if we're investigating a news series of somehow even more fucked up murders, what I'm thinking is there's a period of a few months or something after the first game. Something happened. That is how Mizuki ended up in Abyss? God, what if it happened to Date? We haven't heard about him at all yet, but we've barely done anything as Mizuki, so he just hasn't come up yet. But Date is important, because I feel like either he doesn't exist in this timeline, or like he died or something. Like, if he keeps not coming up, I think that'll mean something about the world, somehow. But if he does, then, well, we'll obviously know something. But Aiba's room? Change Aiba's costume and receive life counsel? What? Excuse me, what? I guess you can communicate with Aiba, ask for life advice. What? Or dress her in different clothes. This is a really Uchikoshi thing to add. He's like, alright, we've got some new budget. Let's let Aiba give you life advice now. It's probably all gonna be silly and not something you should probably actually do. And of course you can dress her in different clothes. That's how they get you with the DLC.
You look a bit like a bug.
I was about to be like, I'm insulted, but wait, that's a compliment from her. She loves bugs. It's a tough job, huh? But even Date can do it.
This is a tough job, huh? But even Date can do it.
Think of it this way. Perhaps you need to be that stupid in order to pull it off.
What the fuck? Wait, she's talking about Date like he just knows. And I knew it! I knew they'd have this camaraderie over Date's doom. And whatever the hell else they want to say about him. Mizuki's head is now just like twice the Date insults. Like, it used to already be full of Date insults, now there's twice as many. This poor man has to live with these women. Although, does he anymore? Like, we haven't seen him yet. I'm not gonna assume shit, but they're talking about him normally here? I'm not gonna assume anything as much as I can. I already assumed so many things. This game does that to me. But, like, I don't know, man. I'm expecting the game to mindfuck me 7 ways to Sunday. I'm trying, every new Uchikoshi game, I try to level up how I interact with the game as far as what I end up thinking. The ways my brain goes down. Trying to figure out how to outsmart Uchikoshi so he doesn't outsmart me. Again. As much anyway. You probably will, but how do I sniff out his bullshit easier? Like, every game I'm like, how do I get his bullshit before he does it? Or does he keep leveling up his bullshit so much that I'll just never catch up to him? Who knows? I'll try my best.
It's snowing, but it hasn't piled up yet.
Yeah.
By the way, Mizuki, there is something that has been bothering me.
What's this?
This is the field before law enforcement arrived.
I was about to be like, wait, so what's the freaking half of a man? It's a half of a man, and you've seen it before. What are you talking about?
Notice anything peculiar?
So, but it's the field she's talking about. Okay. Well, the half-dead man, literally half of a man.
No,
not half dead.
He's particular.
He's fully dead, but half a man now. The other half of him is somewhere. Is it significant that? Well, I mean, it's got to be, right? That one half showed up while they were doing that podcast, which might have been something that Iris put them all up to. Seems like her to do that. That happened, I guess, 6 years ago, and then she ended up really wanting to know the truth and got roped into this. Did she literally, like, willingly have her eye removed for Aiba? That's some hardcore shit, if that's true. I kind of want that to be true just because it makes Mizuki more badass, but ow at the same time. I actually like that better than something happening to her eye, because that means that just means she's more of a badass. If something happened to her eye, then that's oof, you know? Apologies for once again accidentally moving my camera thing. It's very hard for me not to do. I'm working on it. And like I've expected from Uchikoshi by now, Uchikoshi games, I have no idea how much he has to do, if anything, with the UI design. But all I know is that the UI design just keeps doing this, and it's very nice. It's just nicer every game.
Unknown.
Just like the number 69. God. My brain is so tainted by the internet that I will never be able to separate the number 69 from, you know.
Perhaps they descended from the sky, or rose up from the ground, or they teleported here.
3 spoopy 5 me.
Teleported?
I was joking. Do not take it seriously.
Fucking, I'm so ready for Mizuki and Aiba banter. Oh my god. Because Mizuki's smart, and Aiba obviously respects her more than Date. Like, that's obvious to me. Because that's, like, Mizuki thinks Aiba is stupid vibes right there, which is such a flip on the whole Aiba and Date, like, dynamic from the first game. I'm so ready for Mizuki and Aiba banter. I almost guarantee you that's going to be the funniest thing in this entire game to me, because my kind of humor is this sort of thing. Two smartasses trying to out-smartass each other. It's the funniest shit to me, and that's the vibe I'm already getting. And yeah, they're both smartasses. That makes a lot of sense. I'm even more pumped for this game. Everything else I even, like, think about it. Like, if that just keeps happening, God... Date banter pissed me off because of the whole Date's dumb, but like there's no way that Aiba can pull that on Mizuki. So we're not gonna get that shit anymore. The main character isn't gonna be relentlessly bullied. It's a thing, man. If you think about, especially in Uchikoshi games, the main character gets bullied so much, or at least like the main male characters. I had to asterisk that for ZTD, but like, you know, Sigma and Junpei, their whole shtick was at least partly everyone else bullying them in a lot of ways. Especially women. Like, Uchikoshi has a thing for that. Honestly, me too. See, I say I'm not a masochist. Not in the violence way, but in the I like to be teased way. Yeah, honestly. Empty seats. There isn't a trace of any disturbance on the field, so how did the body get here? Bullshit. Like, I know nothing about how it got there, and like, I guarantee you, it's some bullshit. Because that's just what Uchikoshi does. The truths to anything in his games is just bullshit. It's just shit that's really dumb and tricky and bullshit. Like, I don't know what else to call it. I think you know what I mean by now if you've seen the extent of any other Uchikoshi game, which I really, really hope you did before watching this game. Because otherwise, you're just going to be more confused than you would have been otherwise. Although, granted, you jump into Uchikoshi anywhere, you're just going to be very confused. Even 999, but I think that is the best place to start, because then you see the progression, and it's beautiful. Although I say it's the best place to start, he did a lot of earlier stuff that I haven't touched, because it's not, like, out on modern stuff like that, from what I understand. But I'm interested in it. Like, he's made a game called Ever 17, I think. He's made, like, at least 1 or 2 others. I might take a crack at those at some point on the channel, but I don't know how to get a hold of those. I'll have to do a research on that. I'm sorry. I really wish I wasn't evil enough to want to exhaust this dialogue tree before anything else, but I have to. Oh, but I really do like the, just, you know, again, subtle, cool UI shit. Just keeps leveling up every game. That spinning circle with all the cool, like, shimmery shit and triangles around it's really neat. Ask his name.
I'll say it one more time. My name is Kagami. I told you it's Kagami!
He's so done. I know his name already. I don't think I need to... You know, okay, Mizuki is smarter than him, but this is such a bit that... actually, no. No. It was never he was dumb. In fact, it was implied many times that Date knew all along, but is just being an asshole. And Mizuki is also an asshole, so that checks out. Or maybe it's just like Kagami is just forgettable. I think that might just be the whole meme. But not really, because there's some weird shit about it in the first game. Like, I feel like, once again, it's one of Uchikoshi's things. He wants you to be unsure of a lot of things at the end of the day in his games. Like, is Date just dumb? Or is Kagami just forgettable? Or is Date just messing with him? We don't know. We still don't know. Anyway.
Hey, what's your name again?
Give me a break.
We don't know with Mizuki either. It's just, it's written that way because Uchikoshi likes to keep people confused, that's for sure. How's the investigation going? What was your name again?
I've finished gathering DNA samples. It's being sent to forensics now.
I really do love how his name never changes like any other NPCs would in any game when you talk to them and they say their name. Just the little subtle touches is part of what makes this bit such a funny one.
I'm sure the results will be out shortly.
Do you recognize the body?
Of course, ma'am. It's Jin Furroway. I don't think there's anyone in our generation who wouldn't recognize him.
I love that he's calling a younger, definitely younger. She's way younger than him, that's for sure. Person, ma'am, because she does deserve the respect. Respect this woman's name or she will fucking shove her pipe up your asshole. He's a CEO for a big IT company.
He was famous until he passed away. Well, even after he died.
And 6 years ago, I was part of that investigation too.
And it was 6 years ago. Okay, this is the case from 6 years ago, and it's always 6 years. Wait, hold on. If it's always 6 years, then wait, she was 12. She's 18, isn't she? No, she has to be. She fucking has to be. The numbers don't fucking add up otherwise. She's definitely 18. Yes. I don't know why I just realized that, but Uchikoshi knew that fuckers would be horny for this chick, so he's just like, okay, she's 18. Freaking take your dicks out now. I will, thank you. I'm very sorry for this sheer amount of horny, because she still looks really young, and she still was 12 for a whole game, and I still made lewd comments about her that I'm so sorry, and I promise I'm not an actual pedophile. It's just, these fucking underage characters in anime, why do they have to make them like this? It's their fault. Anyway.
Were you at the studio by any chance?
You don't remember? We did talk for a bit.
Sorry, don't remember. You don't leave much of an impression. In a good way.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the joke. Yeah, the more I hear her new voice, just a little bit of extra, like, she's definitely grown up on it, yeah.
In a good way?
I was kind of wondering. By the way, what's with the ma'am? So you're above him at 18. This poor man.
You do technically outrank me, ma'am.
Huh. Really? But you don't need to worry about the formalities with me.
What? For real? I can be casual with you?
Do you want to get your ass kicked?
Oh my god. I love her. I knew this, but like, she's matured, and so her fucking venom has matured, and I love it even more now.
Sorry, ma'am.
This poor man. I thought Kagami had the short end of the stick in the first game. Now he has to deal with Mizuki, who's above him, and this poor fucking man. He already had enough shit to deal with Date. Date better have at least actually took him out, because he fucking deserved something for all of the shit he put him through. And now his daughter is doing so. I blame that on Date. He's a bad influence. In fact, I just thought of this. There was a couple scenes in AI1 where, I think there was exactly two, where Date was able to pursue the Kagami bit with Mizuki there. So, yeah, it's just Date being a bad influence. That's all this is. I love Date too, but like, listen, you're just my bro, Date. Mizuki is waifu material. I'm sorry. You just don't, you just don't hold a candle. And like, she has Aiba in her eyes, so basically it's a double waifu. Aren't you cold? It is kind of snowy out here.
Nah. The lining has heating wires in it, so I'm warm.
I'm seeing the recurring bits. I remember this. Later, you'll talk to this guy and he'll be freezing. Uchikoshi loves those recurring bits, oh boy.
Oh, thank you for the concern, though.
About the bug.
Weird, though, isn't it? He got killed 6 years ago, but the body shows up now?
Find anything?
Oh, no. I just started investigating, really.
I'm really proud of how I'm actually remembering to voice act. Feels good, man. A holographic boundary line. I don't know why I didn't talk to her first, now that I think about it. Because, like, I love the shit out of this woman. This is a triple waifu situation right now. There is possibly going to be 3 waifus talking into my ear in, like within seconds of each other. I will not be able to handle this. I will just die when it happens. Rip me. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Please tell me anything about what the fuck's up with Date, because we haven't heard about shit regarding this man.
Why? What is it?
Well, I was just wondering if he contacted you or anything.
He's missing. What the fuck?
I would have let you know right away if he did. Date was caught in that explosion 6 years ago.
Okay, so...
And has been missing ever since.
I was afraid of that. Fuck! Damn it. Oh, you know what? Honestly, even if he's dead, he at least gets a break from Mizuki and Aiba and Boss. So, I mean... and Iris. There's a lot of people that bully that poor man.
Date's body was never recovered from the scene.
So he just motherfucking appeared.
Don't worry. I am positive it would take more than that to kill Kaname Date. I am certain he's at the Hot Springs District in Atami or someplace, spending his time in leisure.
Yeah, well, you were able to just ditch everything and go to Atami in the first game, so I believe that.
If he is, I'd go down there and drown him in that boiling water myself.
Yes. Yes. You have no idea. I mean, you probably have a little bit of an idea. At least you, NPC, and anyone that watched any, like, significant amount of my AI1 LP, which is at least 5 of you. I've been seeing that there's at least been around 5 views on my videos. Thank you all very much for being awesome and being here. I promise you're awesome even if you feel you aren't, okay? Head pants for everyone. Unless you don't like those. I love this woman. Fucking Christ. I'm just gonna call her a woman now. Fuck. She was more grown than Date 6 years ago. So, you know. She was more grown than a lot of people 6 years ago. She was more grown than my ass, for sure, 6 years ago. So there was an explosion 6 years ago. Wait, there was definitely an explosion near the beginning of this game. Wasn't it during that quiz show thing? Like, that's what caused the blackout, right? Yeah, that was 6 years ago. And you could tell because everyone looks how they did at the end of the last game.
You do know I'm the commander of Abyss, right?
A lot of this is very reminiscent, very nostalgic from that first scene in AI1. The Kagami bit, and while this happened later in the game, the Cold Man bit has begun as well. Like, there's no way you don't talk to him later and he's freezing.
Right, but that's why I'm asking. Isn't it a bit weird for you to be at a crime scene in person?
This case is special. I saw it too, 6 years ago. The other half of the corpse.
Studio Devita.
Yeah.
And the HB case is still open, even after all this time. The reputation of the whole department hangs on this case.
By HB case, she is referring to the half-body serial killings, so named because the victims' bodies were cut in two. The culprit is known as Terror. Their identity is unknown.
I like that. It's a very Uchikoshi name because it's punny. Because terror, as in tearing things, but terror is in Terror, terror. Like, you know, of course.
6 years have passed since Terror first made themselves known, but we have yet to find any promising leads.
I already know that. You don't have to explain it.
I love this fucking pair of smartasses. I will die of laughter because these two are just gonna be so funny to me. I would bet you $1 trillion that all the bits that are not a thing inside Mizuki here are going to be a thing inside Ryuki. Like, the other Aiba-like chick is going to bully Ryuki. I think I've heard somewhere that her name was Tama. It might have even come up already. He's gonna be on the horny shit, because she wouldn't be. I guarantee you. Absolutely. We'll see. But, like, Uchikochi has to have a main character outlet for his horny shit. Meanwhile, when I write things, my horny outlet comes in the form of a character that I find extremely hot, wanting to fuck the absolute shit out of the protagonist. But anyway, you let me investigate this case?
Of course not.
Oof.
What? Why not?
But why not?
Because you're only 18, Mizuki. You're still a student at Sekiba High.
But I barely even go now. I graduate in a month. I hardly have any classes left.
The point is, you're still a student.
Then why did you let me join Abyss?
Because I thought you had potential as a singer.
I assume your gargantuan strength and combat ability were a factor as well.
But you're basically still an intern. You've only been training for about a month. It's way too early to put you in the field.
She's gonna investigate on her own.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
Please, boss. I have to. This case is...
Can you not give me the puppy dog eyes?
She's gonna cave. It's really cute.
You know I'm weak to the puppy dog eyes.
Wow, Boss has a weakness? What the fuck? Yeah, she's just gonna let her know. I love this dynamic. I love Mizuki's dynamic with everyone already. God, I wish this game was just side Mizuki. But I'll probably find things about side Ryuki to like a lot as well.
Fine. But promise me one thing. Swear to me that you won't do anything dangerous or illegal, no matter what.
She's gonna at least do the first thing. She's probably gonna do the second thing. If I know Mizuki well enough... Yeah.
Yeah, I swear!
And one more thing. I am your superior. You should address me with a little more respect.
10-4, boss man. I read you loud and clear.
Do you?
I love her so much. And by her, I mean both Boss and Mizuki. I just assume that every time I refer to a female that I enjoy in this game, except of course, you know, it's probably also going to be Tama. It's definitely going to refer to Aiba. It's probably going to refer to Mama if she's back. I hope she is. She was just a great character. And again, I love horny characters like her. Again, literally... It's the type of main character that I love. Again, she literally, at least jokingly, joked about wanting to screw Date, very openly. So I feel like there's definitely some genuine interest there. And I don't know why I've always loved that kind of thing. Just horny-ass fucking women. That's why I'm kind of sad that, you know, we haven't had horny Mizuki, but it doesn't make sense for her. So the spectators enter. I guess that's just what all the entrance exits are gonna look like. Like, yeah, there's not gonna be a non-gray one now. I'm gonna work on actually combing every freaking background in this game, because there's gonna be funny shit hidden everywhere. I really want to do it this time and not rush as much as I did through the first game. I'm just gonna try to take my time in this one, because I'm gonna take a lot of time anyway. I might as well not stress myself out about it. That's what I've come to realize with games, you know? Especially because I can, you know, with YouTube at least... Now, streaming is a different story, but with YouTube at least, I can pare down how much y'all have to wait. It just takes me a lot to edit all that. Like, y'all aren't gonna be impacted by my slowness with YouTube, which is a very nice thing about it. If I'm not lazy with editing, which I was early on, but I'm not anymore. And I'm really proud of that. That honestly took a lot for me. A lot of things did, to even start YouTube and Twitch.
What? You really don't know?
This man has a very interesting mustache.
I'm Detective Ushidera, Special Investigations Office, MPD.
He's the only Japanese-looking person in this whole video game series. This whole Japanese video game series. It's a very common thing with anime-styled stuff I've found. Or for some fucking reason, characters just don't look Japanese, but then all of a sudden one or two do. Usually they look American to me. They literally have white skin and everything.
I don't even have to ask about you. You're Mizuki Okira, 18 years old. A high schooler attending Sekiba High. The all-girls school, right? Ah, but Okira is your former name. You've been adopted by Date, if I remember correctly.
Wait, so her name is still Mizuki Kaname, even though he's been missing? Is that how that works?
You were at the studio when the other half of the corpse was found.
So I take it you were there too?
Yeah. Back then I was on the investigation team. Though you were 12 at the time, so I can't blame you for not remembering me. I heard you became a special agent at Abyss. That boss lady got her claws in you, huh?
Oh yeah, she gets her claws in lots of people. I wish she'd get them in me. What?
This little girl gets hired as an investigator.
And I don't even know why I feel like I need to clarify this, but I mean that sexually. Anyway.
Guess they'll take anyone they can get. Times sure have changed.
Abyss is a particularly special organization. Mizuki was hired via what might be referred to as extra-legal measures.
Haven't found anything yet, though there is something I didn't find that's particularly interesting.
The footprints.
Bingo.
Yeah, she's a fucking natural. I mean, we already saw that when Date finally fucking let her help him.
There isn't a single footprint on the field that doesn't belong to someone here. So just how did the culprit do it?
There isn't a trace of any disturbance on the field. Also, I'm gonna try to continue to be very on top of reading shit like this, too. On top of voicing dialogue before I say it, just in case the character doesn't say it, because it still seems pretty random when they actually fucking voice questions. Know anything?
I should be asking you. You're the one who discovered the body, right? You were also at the studio 6 years ago when the other half was found.
I'm also gonna work on, you know, for example, there I would have said, know anything? And then press the button. I often just go, know anything? And then he's already started talking, and I'm like, what's in my brain?
Quite a coincidence, don't you think?
What are you trying to say?
I mean, it's his job to suspect everyone that makes any goddamn sense.
Why did you come here?
I got a Nile message.
Mizuki, you should have learned that lesson a while ago. You're smart, but she's ruled by her emotions, man, very particularly. And I love that about her, and she takes after Date in that way, too.
It said, HB Stadium.
Yeah, there's no fucking way she wouldn't.
That could only be referring to the case 6 years ago, right?
The half-body serial killings.
I need to know more about that case. It changed my life. Forever. So that's why I came.
Who sent the message?
I don't know. It was sent from an account that signed up with a fake name. Someone must have wanted me to discover the body.
Just like before. God damn it! Now I'm already doubting when Uchikoshi said, oh! Well, I mean, it might have as well been Uchikoshi talking directly to me. When he said, oh! This case doesn't have to do anything with that one. Look me in the eyes and fucking tell me that again, Uchikoshi. There's no fucking way. Honestly, okay. Here's my thought. My actual thought, like, removed from emotion here. Is that, like, it doesn't have to do anything with it. But he wants us to think there actually is so that we get led astray from the real truth again and blah 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 blah. Uchikoshi doing Uchikoshi shit, moving on. And try not to harp on the same shit, you know, his tricks so much this time. I think I really kind of made my case on those a while ago. I'm gonna try to actually just let him cook what he's cooking a little bit more this time and stop trying to figure it all out, because he's gonna try his damnedest to not let me. I've noticed this very much. He's a detective called Ushidera. He's really sus. His voice is... I mean, it definitely fits a grizzled detective, but it fits villain too. I'm already suspecting him of sending that fucking message. Why exactly does he know so much about her? Why was it not treated as weird that he does? I don't know. Oh, because he was investigating HB and she was at the scene. That's probably why, if I think about it that way, or at least what he wants you to think, but what if there's a weird other reason for it?
Would you like to check the corpse with X-ray?
Either way, that guy's sus to me. He's raising what I want to call so alarm bells right now, even though, like, is he gonna be an antagonist like so? That doesn't make sense. But, like, there's just, like, a grizzledness about him, a darkness that I feel like is similar to So. That's a lot of why I'm really sus about this man already.
Yeah, it's unlikely, but maybe the right half of the body is buried in the ground.
But, once again, I think Uchikoshi probably wants me to be sus of him because he actually won't be tied to any of the bad shit, but he's gonna look implicated. Probably more than once. I bet you so much, man.
You could simply flip the body over.
No way. I don't want to see that cut. Especially not down there.
In that case, how's this?
Thanks. I see now. That body is definitely just the left half.
I will get the more shocking facts out of the way first. The estimated time of death is approximately 9 hours ago.
What? 9 hours ago?
9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors ago?
It is currently 9 o'clock, so that would mean he was killed around 12.
Lots of 9s, Uchikoshi. I'm sick of your fucking 9s, motherfucker.
Wait. Hold on. 6 years ago,
Hold that thought. There's more.
He gets hung up on numbers a lot.
As you can see, the body was cut in two. There are no other external wounds on the body. It appears that he was sliced in half while he was still alive.
During investigations, Aiba and Tama talk. Aiba and Tama? Oh. Wait a minute. Trivia and additional information will be displayed. Wait, so Aiba and Tama will talk about... Wait, no. Aiba and Tama will talk to their respective people? Maybe? Trivia and additional information will be displayed on the top of the screen. It's just a bonus feature, so you don't need to read it to progress the game.
As for what was used to cut him, I am sorry, but that cannot be determined.
Interesting.
What do you mean?
Judging by the cross-section, it is clear that it was not a blade. It could not be a laser or pressurized water either.
Then what was it?
The body was cut at the molecular level.
What does that even mean? Like, such a small incision that, like... Because, like, it's new technology or something? So some science-ass-like theming there. And smell it already. I know what you do now, Uchikoshi.
There is hardly any blood left in the body. It could be speculated that the corpse was left with the cut section facing the ground. However, there are no traces of any blood flow on the ground. Therefore, it is clear that he was murdered at some other location.
I'm gonna move myself more onto this menu here, so I'm really not in the way of the scenery and all. And I love how in Mizuki sat him over here in the blue corner, where I feel like I belong as a man that loves blue a lot. The red corner and in the side Ryuki parts, but still. Not from this jurisdiction. Where the actual shit fuck am I supposed to do anything now?
Bored, perhaps?
You change your outfit here. It will be applied in cleared chapters. Wait, why would you go back to chapters you've cleared? Oh, it's probably going to be once again for different routes. Different outfits will be added to the bonus menu to level up your evaluation class. They can be purchased using eyeballs. How do you get those? I hope it's not by taking them out of people.
Yay! It's dress-up time!
I don't want to be associated with Saida. I already was.
If it looks good on Tama, it'll look good on me.
I wonder how you unlock the rest of this stuff. I hope none of it's DLC. I don't know if it costs for this category. Okay, trading in eyeballs, but like, where do you get the eyeballs? I kind of loving the hat over one eye thing. Hair covering one eye has always been sexy to me, which is why part of why I always will love Mitsuru to death in Persona 3. Okay, that's what life advice is about there. Very cute. What do I do now? Wait a minute. Okay, that's stupid to me because the corpse itself was one, and so I didn't check a specific part of it. That must be the only thing
That's
to
definitely Jin Furue.
Yeah. The same face we saw 6 years ago at Studio Devita.
Jin was a young industrialist. He was quite famous, and often made media appearances. This cannot possibly be a stranger who happens to look like him.
6 years ago, Jin Furue's body was discovered in Studio Devita. And now, his left half was found here at the stadium. And yet his time of death is 12 o'clock today, which means that half his body was alive very recently.
What? How does that make any sense? Uchikoshi will make it make sense in a way that's nonsensical later somehow, but holy fuck, he's gonna have to do a lot of bullshit to do that.
What the hell is going on?
Uchikoshi bullshit. The usual. You're used to it. It's been your whole life, really. You just don't know it.
My brain is doing cartwheels trying to figure this out.
God, Boss is me right now. That is the most absolute fucking... Oh god. Every person who's ever played an Uchikoshi game feels this so hard.
Hold on.
Whoops.
Did Iva just appear?
Oh, she just said... Mizuki just said Aiba.
Can you hear me, boss?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Why is it specifically when she appears that she wants to hear her? What if Jin has a twin brother?
I looked into Jin Furue's family background. Not only did he not have a twin, but there is no record of him ever having siblings.
What if the body was frozen?
That half-body was definitely alive until just recently.
The right and left half belong to different people.
I, of course, did consider it a possibility, but both faces match perfectly. The rest depends on the DNA results.
What if he was still alive with just the left half?
What?
I mean, the heart is in the left half of the body.
I get it. You think they might have sewn the body back together?
No, there are no traces of that. And... were you two being serious? You do realize the cerebrum, brainstem, and spinal cord were completely severed in two?
I have no idea what's going on.
Welcome to being in your second Uchikoshi game, Mizuki, where things are even more mindfucky than before.
This case is definitely connected to the incident 6 years ago.
Which means the half-body case isn't over yet.
6 years ago, I was 12. I obviously wasn't in Abyss then. I wasn't part of the investigation at all. I didn't know much about the case. I did see some of the investigation documents during my training, but the information there wasn't much better than the information on the internet, so I couldn't get the full picture.
Hey, Aiba. How much do you know about the HB serial killings?
As you know, my knowledge of the case is about the same as yours. Due to the explosion 6 years ago, I lost all of my memories from a few days before that point, and due to poor connection, I was unable to send or retrieve any backups.
What about you, boss?
Same for me. Ryuki was the one on the case at the time. I don't know anything other than what he reported.
What about the stuff he didn't report?
I'm not a psychic. How would I know something that he didn't tell me?
Aiba, where's Ryuki now?
I've determined the location from Tama's GPS. Currently, Ryuki seems to be in Golden Yokocho.
Oh my god. Are we gonna go to Marble? Once you move to a different area, a map will be displayed on the bottom of the screen. Wait, so, was he just in Abyss while Date was in Abyss, and we just never fucking heard of the man the whole game? That's sus. Almost feel like this is a parallel world where he exists. And what if literally all the branches in the first game were parallel worlds where he didn't exist? Because there was no... I think there was a brief mention that other sinkers were a thing, or at least a possibility. I think even that they were a thing. Wait, wasn't it mentioned that there was 3 or something at the time? Like, it was just like conveniently no other sinkers came up other than Dot. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. So I'm very sus of Ryuki. Once you move to a different area, a map will be displayed on the bottom of the screen. Use map to open the map. Wow, amazing. I never thought you could open a map by pressing the thing that says map. Wow, anyway. Hello? There's like a lot more locations, and I'm not surprised if that's true. Same city, they gotta shake it up somehow. Oh, it's in Golden Yokocho, this place. So they're investigating that again. Wait a minute, what? That's Suzuki 6 years ago. What the fuck is going on? Is this a flashback? This is a fucking what the fuck does that mean? What are you doing?
What? Isn't it obvious? I
Iris is totally freaking out, so I'm helping her calm down. When are you letting me leave anyway? That other detective said you still had questions you needed to ask. So...
Mizuki Date, 12 years old. Her former name is
Oh,
Okiura,
Date.
but she was adopted by my superior officer, Kaname Date.
Superior officer.
That's why I've met her a few times before.
Like the time you carried Date home on your back after he had one too many rounds.
God, Tama's voice makes me horny. I need to hear more from this woman, and I am right now. I'm very hype about it. Where is Mr. Date?
I don't know. I'm not his guardian, you know.
It's actually the other way around, in fact.
He got all giddy about taking a long vacation.
It is so like Mizuki, though, that she'd act like she's basically his guardian in anything but name, because in some ways in their relationship, yeah, honestly.
He's probably at a cabaret club in Meguro right now, pouring some ponzu on that Reika chick's fat thighs.
Wait, he didn't settle down with Hitomi? I'm very disappointed in this man. I thought he could control the horny enough to just direct it at Hitomi. Her name is Mizuki Date. She's a 6th grader. Although granted, maybe Mizuki's just saying that because of her very justified resentment of having to grow up around his fucking horny ass. You know the victim?
Teleportation.
What?
That body teleported here from a parallel world, but only half of his body was able to make it through.
Iris, don't make me doubt basically what my theory already kind of was starting to become. That QR code is real interesting, though. I bet scanning that will lead to something.
That's why
Wait
he
a
was
fucking minute.
split in half.
It's a YouTube video. I knew it was a thing. The actual shit. Okay, this is some trippy shit. I would put it in my video, but first of all, I wonder if it would be copyrighted. Secondly, y'all can probably scan the QR code on my video if you're really that curious. It's just some trippy shit. There's a bunch of glitchy people and stuff falling apart. That's so interesting. So this is a deranged killer that was fucked up by some kind of parallel world related or mindfucky bullshit, or what the fuck is any of this? I don't recommend watching this video if you're on drugs right now. And I don't really recommend watching it at all. It's just trippy bullshit, but it probably does tie really fucking hard into, like, probably the motivations of the killer. If it really is some kind of, like, weird paradoxy shit and literally not murder, I wouldn't be surprised. But for a moment, let's assume it's murder. If it's murder, the killer's deranged as fuck. I think the reasons and exactly how and blah 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 is very likely just a lot of the plot. But if it's murder, derangement of some kind is involved. A la Mira from ZTD, a la Saito, a la, in a way, also Delta? Speaking of ZTD? A la, kind of, yeah, Dio is a pretty fucked up. Like, a lot of killings in this game just happen because of some kind of derangement caused by something. Like, in Dio's case, it was extreme fanaticism. With Mira and Saito, they were just both born fucked up, basically. By the way, fray to free. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Jeez.
I know her name, without asking. Iris Saga. I was introduced before the show started, and...
She was involved in the new Cyclops serial killings that happened last November. You read the reports.
Yeah, so I know enough about what happened. Mr. Date was also on that case.
So he was existent in the universe, he was just conveniently not mentioned? Either that, or again, timey-wimey fucky-wucky, he never really existed until this game somehow. That's all I've got is for theories. MoMA? Oh, that's right, they were all in the show. Right. Which I'm guessing she had something to do with that. Speaking of Iris.
Does she look okay to you?
Yeah.
I already talked to the other detective. I want to go home already.
Hugs for everyone. Hug. Iris has always deserved hugs, and now she deserved more. Who's the man sitting next to you?
Oh, you mean Shinpei?
Oh, that's his name. I don't know if his name ever came up before. Probably not. I don't think so.
Shinpei?
Shinpei Wagai. That's his name. He was one of our members until just recently.
just recently.
Was?
Yeah, he went clean. Left the life completely.
And where is he now?
Who knows? The moment he saw the corpse, he flew out of the room, white as a sheet. He's probably puking into a toilet somewhere.
His name is Moma Kumakura. He's the leader of the Kumakura gang, which is under the Uchisaki family.
I know. The Kumakuras are known for being peculiar, even among Yakuza. But why is their leader at a live-streamed quiz show?
Because Iris.
Anyway, it's real fucked up. Even people in my world wouldn't kill someone so gruesomely. That bastard. Scaring Tessa like this. Whoever did this better make sure the cops get to him before I do.
About the body.
It's Jin Furroway, no doubt about it. He was like an advisor who represented the young talent. I saw him a lot on the news online. This is so strange. Why just his right half?
Who's in charge of this case?
Well, there's no one else available, so would you mind taking care of it?
What? Me?
I know this case could get dangerous. It might be too hot to assign to a rookie. But then again, you have a reliable partner with you.
I'll give you hands-on assistance for this investigation.
Okay, she's flirting with him and she's hot. Welp. I knew I'd love her. Yep. Oh my god. She's horny for him. Oh my, yes. God. Like I said, man, horny women. Women being horny for him is gonna be a thing, isn't it? There's gonna be a whole bit of a lot of women wanting to jump on his dick and him having nothing, like absolutely no interest. I guarantee you. That is such an Uchikoshi bit to do. Why are we here?
Hey, what's going on with you? Memory problems? Brain disorder or something?
I think something like that,
you're
yeah.
Losing it a little.
Yeah, I think he is, and I think plot is gonna reveal that in like 40 hours plus or something.
No, it's nothing.
Something related to that at the beginning. The game will end and then we'll figure it out in like the last scene or something.
Boss was invited here by Ma, a host from Kabuki show.
There she is.
Ma told her, let's go on this online show together.
Wait.
It looks so fun.
Oh, Ma, wait, a host. Oh, Ma, my brain went Ma, but no, this is a host is like a guy from a host club, right?
But immediately after she showed up, she was sent a Nile message that read, sorry, something came up.
Huh.
So in other words, he flaked on her.
Boss tried to go home, but the show's staff stopped her and begged her to find a replacement.
So she called up her obedient underling, huh? How convenient.
Yeah, you remember now?
Remember? You never told me anything about this Ma guy.
Ah, so Tama told you. After I asked her not to.
Boss, I report directly to her. This Ma guy's real sus now. I know you're desperate for cock, but it seems like you're kind of looking for it in the wrong place there, boss. Cause yeah, he's really sus now, but he didn't do anything. I almost guarantee you, he's too early in the game for that. It's a monitor for watching the contestants. There are 3 spots for the contestants. See, I know I'm getting cocky about, I know what Uchikoshi's deal is now. He's gonna really try to pull a wool over my eyes, and he always succeeds in at least one way or another. Yeah, this guy again.
We work in the same building, and you don't know my name. Can't blame you, though. You're new. Metro PD, major crimes. Name's Ushidera. Huh. I already know all about you. No need to say it. Kuritoryuki, 23 years old. Due to your excellent marks, you skipped a few grades at an elite private university and graduated at 21. Afterward, you went through training at Police Academy for 15 months and were accepted into Abyss last summer. It's incredibly rare for anyone to get into Abyss without having stepped foot on a crime scene. Don't tell me you slept your way in with Boss.
Please let that be true. God, I want to know Boss got some penis, because, like, it seems like she's trying real hard and she's getting 0, which, just look at her. There's no fucking way.
Of course I didn't.
She deserves the dick she wants, damn it. Give her the dick. I will do it if y'all won't.
I took the formal exam and Boss acknowledged my abilities.
You mean your endurance? You're a young guy.
My fuck. Okay. I love this bit. This is gonna be a bit, isn't it? People suggesting horny shit about this man. I love it. I love it so much. I love the subversion. Instead of the protagonist being horny about people. It's people being horny about the protagonist.
Yeah, Boss definitely seems more into the marathons than the sprints.
What are you talking about?
Well, Ryuki, when a man and a woman love each other very much...
You don't have to explain it. I get it.
It's not just love either. Sometimes they're just really horny. Or sometimes there's a thing called lust that often precedes love. But anyway, any leads?
Unfortunately, nothing yet. HQ still hasn't gotten any reports about the half-body being found. Hell, maybe it's never going to be found. What if that body crossed over time and space to get here? It's possible, right?
Fucking figured. Because, like, already some shit that happened has not made any sense unless you think of it in the context that I'm used to thinking of in the Zero Escape series. So I fucking figured that this is at least going to be a theme, regardless of whether it's really true or not in any way.
No?
She's a detective named Uchidera.
Fray to free?
Fray can mean battle, tatter, ravel, or strain. Free is self-explanatory.
To set free or release.
So the phrase could mean something like fight to set free.
Oh god. My brain already... So, Uchikoshi likes to do the everything was basically a simulation thing. Because my brain just like, what if free means free from the Matrix? Because it's another Matrix, because that's basically what ZTD's plot kind of was. And that's, like, definitely what VLR's plot was. So, like, also, 999's plot was kind of a simulation in the sense that they were actually in a simulation of the boat flooding and not really on the boat to begin with. So, like, yeah, Uchikoshi likes to do the, like, variations on, like, the, oh my god, it's a Matrix thing. Like... Or at least things aren't as they appear, right? So, yeah, like, that makes a lot of sense to me, but we'll see.
What's with that QR code?
The thing is, there seems to be an error in the Abyss communication system. We're having issues getting online.
What? Come on.
What? You got a problem with that?
No, not at all.
That's so interesting. Are they supposed to be able to play the video in-game at any point? And if so, will it make any sense at the point in which you can do it? This poor man. I hate that I... God, now you can do this with 2 different characters all game. This poor man. I have to do it. It's just... It's law at this point. When you fucking interact with Kagami, if this is an option, you fucking do it first, and you'd exhaust that tree first. It's law. If you don't do that, it's not playing AI anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I had a bad experience. I try not to tell people my name.
Then I'll tell you instead. His name is Kagami.
Kagami? Huh?
Huh? How did you know? Why does this keep happening? Is my name cursed or something?
Yes, it's cursed to be in a funny bit by Uchikoshi.
All I can do is laugh now. I told you, it's Kagami!
I'm sorry. What was your name?
This is the 3rd time. This is the 3rd fucking time. It's the exact
Mimiga,
same
was it?
fucking joke. Why is it so funny? Fuck you, Uchikoshi. And I mean that in a good way here.
My mistake. It's Mimigawa, isn't it?
It's neither.
No need to shout, Kagami.
By the way, his voice really does sound familiar to me. I can't place it right now, though.
Oh, I knew it.
I'll probably look it up soon. He sounds like one of those people I've definitely heard in a lot of anime-type games, but I can't place characters right now. You know the victim?
Jin Furuoe? Yes, of course I know about him. I actually follow him on Twitter.
It's still funny to me that They just blatantly plagiarized its name. At least it's not even plagiarism anymore, because Elon Musk renamed it to dumb shit because he's stupid.
He cuts through all the BS of the modern world. He is insightful, inspiring in a way.
How's the investigation on the body going?
Well...
What? You still haven't taken DNA samples?
See, she was fucking meant to do this job. I'm so glad she got to.
Easier said than done. Most of the blood was drained from the body, so we have no choice but to take samples from the organs. Wait, hey, this is no place for a kid.
You won't be saying that in 6 years. You'll actually be calling her ma'am in 6 years. This poor man.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're right next to the body.
She's, unfortunately used to this, and also has fucking nerves of steel.
So?
So? Well...
Yeah, she was fucking meant for this. Of course she ends up in Abyss so quickly.
You could be traumatized for life seeing something like this.
I'm fine. I've seen worse.
Anyway, you're in the way.
Fine.
Wait, worse? I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, worse is kind of a subjective term, but she has seen a lot of fucked up body-related shit, yeah. Well, I mean...
Well, there you have it.
You could say she's seen worse in the way that she's seen a lot more visible blood than that.
So, in other words, you don't have anything.
Gouged out eyes and shit. And no, Renju's corpse was a lot more fucked up looking than that. Like, yes, there's only half of him, but there's nothing visibly gory about that from this angle. So I think I kind of get why she says she's seen worse now. Yeah.
The estimated time of death was about 40 hours ago.
40. That's interesting.
Today is February 10th. Current time 2200. Which means he died around 6 o'clock February 9th.
Yesterday morning.
There's hardly any blood left in his body. His body must have been left with his legs slightly raised and the cut side facing the ground. Blood naturally flowed out as a result, leaving the cut surprisingly clean and visible. The cut appears to have been made by something far thinner than paper.
Okay, yeah, that's what it means by molecular level. I did figure that's what that meant, but I still didn't really understand at the time.
Thinner than paper?
For example, something with 0 thickness, like a 2D surface.
There's no such...
What's more is that it doesn't seem like the connections between molecules were severed. The structure of the molecules themselves have been cut.
Oh, that's the trivia. So this is going to be a little hard to understand. Oh, I don't think I actually read this before. So feel free to skip this if you'd like. Among scientists... Oh, so it's literally just... He's giving you the Uchikoshi science bit. Among scientific bonds, there is the intramolecular bond, which uses electrons to bond. Oh, whoops, I definitely skipped over a bunch of this before. I think I'd seen this scrolling and I just kind of was too busy thinking about it. Which is bonding in molecules themselves. Intermolecular bonds are stronger than intermolecular bonds, so when something is cut in half, it is usually the intermolecular bond that is severed. If I did miss something, I will read it while I'm editing. However, Jin Furie's body was severed at a intramolecular bond level. And obviously I will also talk about that in the next video, after I read it. That's it for the science part. Please continue to enjoy the main story. Thank you. I kind of like that, because you can ignore that if you really want. It's... You know what? If they keep doing this, at least mostly instead of explaining it in normal conversations, that's nice to me, because the amount of normal conversations that keep being had that just then split randomly into, okay, like, you know, the famous example in 999 is, okay, so we're probably all gonna die in this freezer, but while we do that, instead of trying to look for a way out, let's have a long fucking conversation about fucking conspiracy theories and shit. What in the world happened yesterday at 6? I'm tired, and it's probably been a while, so this is a weird place to stop in the middle of a thing, but I need to. I need to. So, like, comment, subscribe, y'all. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. And I hope y'all are doing okay and that you're enjoying this so far. I certainly am. I'm very hummy about all this, that's for sure. Hacky freed!